Ever wondered what faith truly means when the inevitable specter of death looms? It's a profound, thought-provoking question that many of us grapple with in our quiet moments. Faith and mortality are two vast oceans, continually crashing against one another, creating a frothy mix of turmoil, comfort, fear, and peace. We're here to dissect this fascinating intersection, to delve into the depths of the human spirit, to explore the unyielding power of faith through real-life narratives. From monks who find tranquility in their mortality, mothers whose faith is as fierce as a lioness protecting her cubs, to veterans whose belief remains unyielding despite the horrors they've witnessed. Each story is a testament to the enduring strength of faith, a beacon that shines brightly in the darkest of storms, a spiritual rock that remains unscathed by the relentless waves of life's trials and tribulations. Dive with us into these inspiring narratives that demonstrate the strength of faith even in the face of death. Picture a humble monk living in a remote monastery who received a terminal diagnosis. Now, this isn't your typical tale of despair and anguish, quite the opposite. This is a story of acceptance, serenity, and unyielding faith. The monk, with his saffron robe and shaved head, was a beacon of tranquility amidst the vast wilderness. His days were spent in meditation, prayer, and service, fostering a deep connection with the divine. He had dedicated his life to spiritual pursuits, with an unwavering commitment that was admired by all. One day, the monk received news that would shatter most people. The physician from the nearby village, with a heavy heart, delivered a terminal diagnosis. For many, this would seem like the end of the road, the final curtain call, but for our humble monk, it was just another part of his spiritual journey. He greeted the news with the same serenity that had become his signature. There was no panic, no fear, only acceptance. He continued his daily rituals, his prayers, his meditations. His faith was steadfast, unshaken by the impending end. He understood that death was not an end, but the beginning of a new journey. The monk's demeanor was a lesson in grace for those around him. His acceptance of mortality was not resignation, but rather an affirmation of his faith. He believed in the divine plan, in the grand scheme of things, where death was merely a transition, a stepping stone to the next life. His days were filled with peace, his nights with serene contemplation. The monastery, once filled with the sounds of chanting and prayer, was now filled with a profound silence. A silence that spoke of acceptance, of peace, and of unwavering faith. So, in the face of the inevitable, the monk stood tall. He did not falter, he did not fear. Instead, he embraced his journey with open arms, his faith a beacon guiding him towards the unknown. In his acceptance, the monk showcased an astounding testament to his unshakable faith. His story is a reminder that even in the face of death, faith can remain unshakable, guiding us through the darkest of times. Imagine a mother, her life hanging by a thread, yet her faith stronger than ever. Her name was Marianne, a woman of extraordinary spirit and resilience. Marianne was the epitome of a loving mother, nurturing, kind, and full of life. She was the rock that held her family together, their beacon in the storm. But one day, Marianne was diagnosed with a terminal illness. Her world, and that of her children, was turned upside down. Yet in the face of despair, something remarkable happened. Marianne found solace, not in denial or anger, but in her faith. She turned to her beliefs, her connection with the divine, and found an unshakable strength within. It was as if her faith had become her shield, protecting her from fear and despair, filling her with a serenity that was infectious. Marianne used her remaining time to impart this wisdom and faith to her children. She told them stories of miracles and grace, of divine providence and love. She taught them how to pray, how to find comfort in their beliefs, and how to harness the power of faith to overcome adversity. She showed them that faith was more than just belief. It was a source of strength, a wellspring of hope, and a compass for moral guidance. In her final days, Marianne's faith never wavered. She faced her mortality with grace and acceptance, her spirit undiminished. She left her children not with a memory of suffering, but with a legacy of faith. Her belief became a beacon for them, a guiding light in the darkness, a source of fortitude in the face of trials. Marianne's story is a testament to the power of faith. It shows us that even in the face of death, faith can be unshakable. It can provide solace, strength, and hope. It can transform despair into acceptance, fear into courage, and loss into legacy. Her faith was her legacy, a beacon of hope and strength for her children. Consider a war veteran, battered by life and death situations, yet his faith never wavered. This is a tale of courage and belief, a testament to the power of faith. Let's journey through the story of this brave soul, who, despite the odds, held on to his faith like a beacon in the darkest night. Meet John, a decorated war veteran. His journey, like many others, was fraught with danger, fear, and uncertainty. But amidst the chaos of war, he found an unwavering pillar of strength: his faith. Each day was a battle, not just against the enemy, but also against the fear of death. Yet John's belief was his armor, his shield against the terror of mortality. He faced close encounters with death, moments when life hung by a thread. Bullets whizzed past him, shells exploded near him, and friends fell beside him. Each incident was a stark reminder of the fragility of life. But in these moments, his faith didn't falter. It was his faith that gave him the courage to face these situations, to soldier on despite the odds. As the war ended, a new battle began for John. The post-war trauma, memories of lost comrades, and the horrors of war plagued his mind. The echoes of gunfire, the images of fallen friends left an indelible mark. But once again, it was his faith that proved to be his sanctuary. He found solace in his belief, a safe haven amidst the storm of his memories. His faith helped him cope, helped him heal, and helped him rise above the trauma. John's story is not just about survival, it's about the power of faith, the strength it provides, and the courage it instills. It's about how belief can be an unyielding shield, protecting us even in the face of the harshest realities. Faith, as John's story shows us, can be an anchor in the storm, a light in the darkness, a shield against fear. His faith, an unyielding shield, protected him even when faced with the harsh realities of life and death. John's story is a testament to this truth, a testament to the unshakable power of faith. What do these stories tell us about faith and mortality? Well, each narrative paints a unique picture. Yet at their core, they share a common thread: unshakable faith in the face of mortality. From the monk's secluded temple to the bustling streets of New York, we've heard stories of individuals who, when confronted with their mortality, held on to their faith like a lifeline in a storm. It's not just about belief in something greater, but the power this belief holds to comfort and guide in times of turmoil. The monk, who found enlightenment away from the distractions of the world, saw mortality not as an end, but a transition. His faith gave him an unwavering peace in the face of the inevitable. The mother, whose love for her child was as boundless as the universe, found hope in her faith when everything else seemed bleak. Her belief became her beacon, illuminating her path through the darkest of nights. Then there's the veteran, whose experiences on the battlefield could have easily left him jaded. Instead, his faith remained unyielding, providing him with an inner strength that no bullet could penetrate. Each of these individuals, in their unique ways, drew strength and solace from their faith. It became their shield, their compass, their guiding light. Facing mortality, these individuals found solace and strength in their unshakable faith. So what does this say about faith in our lives? These stories we've explored, from the monk to the mother to the veteran, all point to one undeniable truth: the power of faith is an extraordinary force in our lives. It's a beacon in the storm, a sanctuary in times of distress, and a pillar of strength when everything else seems to crumble. In the face of mortality, faith doesn't just provide comfort. It offers a sense of purpose, a sense of direction. It's a compass guiding us through the darkest of nights, a lantern illuminating the path ahead. It's the courage to face tomorrow, the resilience to stand tall, and the acceptance to let go when it's time. The power of faith is not about denying the reality of death, but about embracing the life we have. It's about finding joy in the journey, peace in the passage of time, and gratitude in each breath we take. It's about understanding that our existence is a fleeting moment in the grand tapestry of the universe, but a moment that matters nonetheless. In the end, these stories remind us that faith is a choice to believe, a choice to hope, a choice to trust in something greater than ourselves. Even in the face of death, faith can remain unshakable, a testament to the indomitable human spirit.